Hey guys, Double Diamond Railroad back with part 4 to finish up of the switch replacement and a little bit of detailing. We're not going to ballast for a while. We'll let the trains run, make sure there's no issues before I go through all that. But I came down last night and soldered all the joints, rail joints, and I just finished putting the ties, cutting and trimming ties to fit under the joints. So I think they look pretty good. Some of them a little bit uneven like that right there. I jogged it a little bit to make it, look like worn tracks, shifting ties. Let's see. And yeah, we got some under here too. Kind of cockeyed. Had to fix that. Probably from when I was working on this one. Right here. So I filled that all in. So there it all is. It's good. Now we're going to run trains later today. Waiting on FedEx to bring me a LED light bar, 4-footer we're going to hang up tomorrow. Got an electrician coming to repair a floodlight outside on one that only lasted about a year. I bought a better one. So I had that put up and I said, hey, can you help me hang my light bar up here over top the layout? We're going to get one. I think I'll end up with 3 of them. So we're going to think this out. Maybe put a cluster outlet, quad box up in the ceiling to be able to power off of, because they have regular 5-foot cords on them. But I'll see how that works out. We'll talk it over when it comes. Now I got to find that little block support I had. Fell down through the crack when I was working. I can't see it down there anywhere. We're going to have to pull out some boxes underneath. Find that, because it's the perfect height to hold that support up and clear the double stacks. So we got to get that found and fixed. And I also had to put I should have checked before. I've had this happen before. These switches, either in the factory or shipping, the switches end up bowed. And they're bowed up, like humped up in the middle. So I had to drill this with my teeny little drill. And then I used my bigger bit push drill, push that track nail right down through there. Fortunately, it's not bridging the 2 rails shorting. It's only touching the one side. Went down through there, and that held the track down. I pulled it down. That should help with derailments, preventing. And I did have to file these frogs quite a bit to make my Katos happy. Especially that guard right there. I had to open it up, round the tips off, but in that groove right there on the main line, which is going this way, had to file that groove so the wheels would track down in there. And right there between those 2 rails, it's kind of sharp squeeze in there. So I had to file that open. That was tough. It's kind of a barb on the rails where they meet up. They don't round them off or nothing. So it's pretty good. What I determined was, the other ones all run through it now. I ran a bunch of pairs, let's see, about 4 pairs of consists through the other night, and they all went through there fine. The high speeds, forward and backward. I was up to speed step 15, went whipping through there forward and backward. No problem. What it turns out is my number 4835 SD70 Ace has a bad truck set on the back. I took it and looked it over, checked all the gauges, they were fine, but I looked at it from the side on the bottom, and the middle axle on the rear truck is distended down, sticking out farther than the other 2 axles, so it's like riding up on the middle one, and there's no spring to it, where all the other ones you can push them up and down, they're kind of springy. This one's locked in place. So I think it's a bad truck. I had the same thing on the sister engine, the 4850 last year. I had to buy new truck sets from Cato USA Parts. Swapped them out, engine ran perfect. So I decided they must be the same batch. So I ordered new trucks, and they're on the way, already shipped. Change those out. I think I'll be in good shape then. And there's a nice collection of power sitting there at the engine house. I put the, let's see. Oh, I think I got the wrong one in there. Sure did. I put 4850 in there. Oh, here's 4835 right there. He's the bad guy. CSX. That one up there is good. That's my good one. I've been wanting to make 35 the lead engine, but he kept wrecking, so now we know why. And hopefully we'll take care of that problem. We'll be in good shape on all engines. So later today we're going to run trains. Do switching and everything. Run full trains through here, the different ones I have. And I ordered 2 right-hand switches, number 6, and 2 left-hand standard custom. And I was gonna put a double crossover in here. Oh, I got a 30-degree crossing too, because I don't know how that's gonna work out. And they're real short. I was hoping I could use that, but decided to wait. I've got too many cars. There's the tank train parked there, taking up that whole siding, which is kind of part of a main line, really. But you can use it as a siding because of the diamond. I got that big coal train going around there, and then the Amtrak right behind him. So I got too many trains on the main line, the intermodal over there on the other side. Too many cars on the track all the time. Can't run trains. I want to get them down in the yard area. So we're going to start the yard over there. So I'm going to put a bypass siding in the arrival track, departure track, exchange track. Put that in where the Amtrak is and run parallel around, come over to the curve and hook up. And then I'm going to switch off that. Probably end up making yards going to be now over there where the blue is, where the controller is. From those 2 hopper car tracks, that section out to the river is all going to be yard. I hope to get 4 or 5 tracks in there off of the exchange track coming down in there. Then I can take whole trains and break them up and store them in there instead of having them on the main line all the time, blocking my operations. Now that I'm really getting into switching and like it, I want to get all that stuff off the main line. Maybe have the Amtrak on the main line and then run locals around. And then occasionally bring out the coal train. I think the coal train would fit in that siding from breaking off there at the rear of the Amtrak, going around all the way around by the station and joining up. I think that'll make a good bypass track. And then I have plans later when I feel like it to put a passing siding back there. Come off the back and run down that blue stripe to have a passing siding going full length down to right before the river. I might go over the river with another arch bridge. I have them, and put the switch back there right by the curve so I could have a real long passing siding there. That would help enable the mainline operation and not have people in the way all the time, have to move trains up and back. Here's something new I set up for the ag chem distributor. I got boxcars there, but I want to have chemicals because I went by the real ag land the other day, and they do have tanks out there for agricultural chemicals like I thought, which I showed you those last week, those dome tanks. I'm going to paint up white, put a couple of them there, and then have this loading facility thing. So I'm going to use these shorty beer can cars to shuttle in. Then I've got an ADM over there too. Shuttle in chemicals to the ag land for the farmers at the feed store and supply. There's an old abandoned tower. I got my spacer cars. On the end. I got that one fixed, got his new trucks on, drilled the pins out were broke. New trucks on there. He's weathered. Got him on the one end of the tank train. And then I got one at the front end. Matching, not weathered as much. I don't even think he's been weathered. So that's my tank train. Still got to build or paint the platform to go right in here. It's going to go right there through that strip between the two tracks. So that's what we got going on today. Waiting on severe weather this afternoon and tonight. Not looking forward to that. I'm waiting on FedEx to bring those 2 lights. So I got to get back upstairs and stay there. And it's lunchtime. Double Diamond Railroad signing out.